Hey, what's happening? It's your homeboy, Mr. Capone. New episode of vlogs right in the building. Make sure you hit the subscription button. Let's get it popping. Make sure you subscribe and always drop your comments, hit the likes, and do what you got to do. So, yeah, I haven't been on the topics of the vlogs, obviously, for a minute, but I'm going to be throwing throwbacks and everything and all that. And today's topic, before I get into it, well, let's just start the topic. The topic today is Recon versus Mr. Criminal. All right. And also highlighting Mr. Criminal's last podcast. I haven't seen them all yet, but I seen the one he did with Weirdo, some of the ones he did with Bozo, and Recon. I've been seeing all these um, thumbnails and whatever. So right away when I seen that, that was the first priority to my mind. You feel me? Because me, whatever pedals I have with anyone, I can handle it like a man. That's my pedal, right? Whatever, boom, boom, boom. And shots out criminal, always showing respect and getting things squashed and stuff like that. So I commend the homie for keeping it solid and keeping it positive. Much love. Now on the other topics, respect the interviews, and I'll get to that later down the line when I have long things to talk about. But today, this topic is Bay Recon versus Mr. Criminal. But before I drop this, because I was ready to drop this, I seen Criminal say something that there's no pedo, and I didn't have to hit up Criminal. I was going to hit him up before I dropped this and say, hey, what's going on? I was going to hit the homies from Bay Recon. I still talk to them here and there, and I was gonna try to see what's going on and try to fix the situation because I see Criminal leading by example of solving a lot of issues. So I respect that. So on my part, I was gonna do the bottle right back and see what's going on. Obviously, if they don't get along, it's gonna be whatever, right? And I do not endorse any shit talking online from either side. You feel me? To me, we from the streets, we're from the guys, we're from the 90s. We keep that on the streets. We don't get on camera and diss each other, blah, blah, blah. So right when this was going down, that's my first thing. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to these guys and try to figure it out. Not even on this podcast, but the good sense that I'm hearing that criminals already talked to them and they already got their stuff together. And without me knowing too much of how they squashed it, I'm very proud of that moment that they did that. So that's much love to you. And I'm gonna break it down to you because why am I concerned about both people? Because both people my camaradas. Both people I mess with. Obviously, criminals been there since a long time, since we were youngsters. Bay Recon was there for a long time. And I'm gonna give you some intakes about Bay Recon, how solid them camaradas were. And I want to let criminal know about them too, because I can judge real ones and I can judge people who have good quora. It's all about the quora, and I can tell they had good quora. So let me tell you about Bay Recon. All right, there was a time in my rap career that trolls, lames on the internet, yapping, disrespecting, blah blah blah, and a lot of rappers fall with the agenda and jumping on the bandwagon, right? What I can respect about Bay Recon, they never came at me disrespectful. Them bottles hit me up like a man, called me up like, hey, what's going on? We chopped it up. Like, what's good, homie? They came through a couple times when all the hate was going on. They're like, we're from upstate. We don't know what's going on. See a lot of haters hating, but you solid, we solid. That's real ones. You know what I'm saying? Real ones who don't listen to the internet, catch a wave of trolling. You're getting more likes because you hating. Them Vatos were never those kind of people, so I respect them. The Vatos that do that. I took them on a couple shows. If you don't know the history, I'm sure they'll tell you the same thing. They were doing their thing just in the Bay, and I was like, these Vatos need to be heard out here in LA. They need to be heard in Southern California. They need to be heard around the world. When I see talent and I see people that could make something in their career, I'm gonna reach out. If they're reaching out, mutual respect. It's like a camarada. I met them at a show. They go, hey, we do music, this and that. I heard their stuff. I go, you know what? I mess with it. We ended up doing a song together from the Bay to LA. If you guys heard that song, go bump it one time. It's a fire song. We did that. We got together. You know, gave them that good exposure and say, you run with your wings, homie. Run with your wings. And now in time, they're doing more moves. I'm sure they've done features with a lot of people from Southern Cali. They got a home even with us. They got a home in my people. Whenever they need it, they just had to hit us up. But I'm sure they got homes with a lot of people in Southern Cali now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's about, and I respect them vatos. So when I seen that was going on, I was like, you know what? I feel like I have to try to intervene and get, talk to these. But it's already done. So I guess I don't have to talk too much about it, but I just wanted to let it off my chest and give respect to Bay Recon for people from Southern Cali who don't know the upstate homies. They got their stilo and they got nothing but love. But then same way to the upstate homies, they got nothing but love for the Southern Cali homies. And I know that in their quota. All them guys up there, they grew up to our music down here and all that. And one of the artists that they bump a lot is Mr.Criminal too. Because I know Criminal was always on that blue ragging tip, and he got a lot of love from upstate. So it's like we don't want this to be, you know what I'm saying? Like we keep it true to the blue, all the homies. You know what I'm saying? So it's much love. And then Criminal's my dog. So at the end of the day, from back in the days, obviously we don't kick it like that. We're not kicking it like some of my homies that I kick it with every day on a Saturday, chilling here and there. He's doing his thing. He's got his wings. He's out there in I don't know, IE doing his thing. So much love to the homie, doing his thing. And I feel like I have to respect his podcast because look, there's a lot of podcasters out there, and I'm not gonna disrespect anyone because I respect anyone who's doing their podcast. But ones I give credibility to that know about the music and know about this, someone is like Mr. Criminal. He's really been there. He knows who is doing things, which artists are top 5, top 10, whatever they are. He knows because he's been there, and I respect his point of views. Then there's Hater World. He's been around a while, so he knows he has a different style of doing his thing, but he also knows a lot. Intel. Now there's like shouts out of my boy American Cholo, good dude. But I know in those days he wasn't around the music, so when he discusses about music, I understand he might not know it. There's Rhodium Radio. I don't remember him in our time, but I grew up listening to Tony A and High C. So I do know of them, but I'm sure he don't know of us as much because he said he was a Christian pastor, whatever he was. I haven't even followed up on his podcast. And I'm not putting any one podcast down. There's like 10, 20 podcasts out there. But these are some of the credible podcasts. And I feel like that's why I'm reacting to a credibility podcast. And I seen some stuff that was going on. There's a lot of content out there. I'm so busy. I ain't really got time to check it all out. But from what I've been seeing and hearing, and I seen one of the ones that Criminal did earlier, and yeah, man, Criminals, he's pushing positivity, and sometimes he falls into the hype of getting mad and message to crimes. I mean, I could text him and tell him that too, but just in case he sees this, man, keep doing it, keep representing the homies, keep it solid. I mean, you got a tough task on you. I've been there, done that, and I've seen the backstabbing. I'm sure he's seen a lot of backstabbing and selfish people and whispering in your back and haters, low key try to crush you. I know he's going through that. When you be a leader, this is what happened. But real ones will win the war. And I know Criminal, you're gonna stand tall because you were trained when I was around, and now you in the scene of doing your podcast, and you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So much love to you on that. Bay Recon, much love to you guys on that over there. And another reason why I'll bring up that up because the first thumbnail I seen was Mr. Criminal green lighted up by upstate homies. Like that got me pissed. But I obviously know that's the homies up there ain't gonna be like that too, and it's not like that. So these kind of little fake podcasts that going on, or not podcasts, whatever they put in thumbnails and stuff, we already know what it is, man. We just got to keep that positive, keep it solid, keep rocking. And if there's battle, and if you really got animosity, if there's really street beef, you handle that on the streets, my boy. That's it. You don't get on camera and do that. And we all know the golden rules, and we all here to do it right. So that's what I had to represent on this podcast because I have to talk about every week about what's going on in the community, what's going on in the hip hop world of our circle, just to keep going. Obviously, you'll see a lot of throwbacks that I'm dropping off, and that's it, man. And once again, if you see the thing below, banner below, this is a CD audio. I just signed this one right now, sending it out. We made only 2,000 copies of these. There's 200, not 200, 500. I printed more just for the end of the year. And if you want it, my bad, because this one's already signed. And if you want it, just hit up the thing at the bottom, send your directors, your address, everything, and we'll get at you. All right, your homie Mr. Capone. Another episode of Vlogs. Hope you had a good day. Keep it positive, keep it gangster. Hey, HPG still in the building. Oh.